now that's true love right there. Wow, beautiful. You guys have any words?
Greyson, Alex, we love you guys.
That's not gonna make sense to y'all. We really love you guys.
That was so bad. That's all you got?
Alex and Greyson. Dear Alex and Greyson, my love never bloomed, as such is so, and we're really happy to celebrate you and all your happiness and your woes. And Rivers. Thanks.
Can't hear you.
Surprised for a lot of I got the looks, I think. First of all, thank you, Mom and Dad, Alex's family, for putting this all together. It's a beautiful weekend. We're excited to celebrate these two. You know, Grace and I have been best friends since we were little. We shared a bedroom together until I was going to be in the 8th grade. I used to sneak through our Jacksonville bathroom and sneak under his bed and scare him every single night. He moved in, he never left. So growing up, playing sports together, competing together, going to college together, and eventually living together again. And now growing a business in Nashville together. I'm extremely blessed to have a relationship. I love you more than anything. When Greyson was little, he used to believe anything we told him. He had these big old Mickey Mouse ears. We used to say that he had green goo coming out of his ears and eyes, and he would just believe us every time, just cry and cry. I can listen to one time to sit down and, growing up, you know Greyson now is military plus right now. But growing up, there was anything my mom loved more or equal to us kids, it was our hair. But in particular, it was Grayson's long, precious gold curls. And I cut every single one. I even cut a little, shape in my hair too. Shan had to come over and buzz our hair. You would have thought our life was over. My mom had a panic attack. I thought it was just awesome. But that's how it was growing up with Greyson. We were just side by side in everything we did. He copied every article of clothing that I bought. In college, I bought the same Nike Huaraches that he did. He still holds it. We weren't allowed to go to the gym together. Connor, you may remember. I don't know.
I have a picture of him.
Yeah. I had to get a picture. But I'm super grateful for you, man. I love you to death, more than you can imagine. I'm super grateful that you finally found a good partner in Alex. And, when Alex first came around, as many of you know, she's a little quiet when she first comes around. And it had to be a little intimidating, put into a family like ours where there's a lot of us, and we're very tight and loud. Welcoming for the most part. You got to pass the test a little bit. We all did, probably did. Layla will eventually do. But when you jump on stage with Marley and I and sing, "Listen to It" by Justin Bieber, she might do it. If you know me, I like to throw around the word I love you. I can meet you one time, 2 times, but I'm going to say I love you. For Alex, it took her multiple years to tell me that she loved me. And I think she did it because she knew it bothered me. But after all these years of getting to know you, we truly do love you like a sister. We're excited for you in this family. I couldn't be happier for you guys. So this weekend, tomorrow's meeting one of the best days of your life. I just love you guys. So cheers to you guys. I'm going to pass this on to Anna Grace. Cheers.
Cheers. And I'm super
super excited to get to brag a little bit about Alex, our bride. Actually, I can't look at you. But my best friend for 10 years, my roommate, and one of my favorite people in the world. It's funny to stand up here and talk about Alex and I's bond because the funny thing about it is that it doesn't actually require any words. If you know me and Alex, we're not always the best at communicating. I don't like to say how I feel, and as you guys know, Alex doesn't say much of anything at all. But somehow that's what's so special about our friendship is that we don't even have to talk to know what the other is thinking and feeling. We just are connected in that way, and we always have been. And you know, we've already stood by each other through some of our worst days, and there were moments when our friendship was the brightest light in my life during the hardest times, so I'm really grateful to also stand by you during the best days and the greatest times of our lives. And Alex is the most loyal friend I've ever had. She is there, no hesitation, no questions asked. No matter what I tell her, she's on my side. She always has my back, and there's no room for doubt in our friendship. Just because she's your best friend, she's always on your team. And if you have ever gotten in a fight with Alex, which you probably haven't, there's probably a few of you here, you know that you just realize later that you were actually in a fight with yourself and she just happened to be there because she's the most easygoing person and she always does the right thing. And so when Alex told me that she was seeing a guy in Knoxville, I was of course immediately suspicious. For the guy dating my best friend, you're guilty until proven innocent. I hate you until I love you. And Alex knows this about me. So she never really said anything about why she liked Grayson or why I should like him or what was awesome about their relationship. She knew that the only way for me to accept Grayson was figure it out myself. And so one of the first interactions I had with you, you texted me and told me you were coming to Nashville to surprise her at our apartment. And I'll admit I thought it was cheesy, but I would come to find that that's Grayson's forte. So he came over and she was surprised. And we sat in the living room together, and soon after that I put Grayson to the test. I would have him do handy work for me, drill stuff in the wall for me, move my furniture. I'd often challenge his beliefs. I'd ask him about his plans to support Alex and me, of course. I realized that there's no better person on this earth to marry my best friend. You're such a good guy. You adore her. You celebrate her every chance you get. And most importantly, I know you do anything for me. And you guys are so lucky to have found each other, and I'm so lucky to be a part of it. And I'll hand it to Madison next, big sis.
Every situation I've ever seen. All I can say is thank God opposites attract. Marriage is such a blessing, and I cannot wait to continue a lifetime of relating with you and raising the sweetest presence in the future. Remember to always date, put each other first, to be best friends, and don't be fighting. Cheers. I have to do mine sober. So, I'm Carly, major of honor, Grayson and Alex's sister-in-law. So, I'm just going to start out with Grayson. Growing up, I always wanted a little sibling. I only have an older brother. And quickly after dating Trace, I realized that maybe I didn't have one younger sibling. Grayson was always tagging along, doing everything Trace and I were doing. I mean, they talk on the phone about 100 times a day still. They work together, but most of the time it's not work. But I would actually hang out with Grayson in high school before me and Trace even started dating. And we would argue so much in high school. And in my senior bill in high school, I left Grayson. I love in arguments. So, you know, a lot of people think that me and Grayson pick on each other like brother and sister, and we always have, and that's something I love about us. We have since day one, even before we became brother and sister. But I think where we took it to the next level is when we kissed with Hannah on accident. You know. And we'll always hold that above Trace and Alex. But seriously, Grayson, you are such an incredible friend and brother to Trace and I, and have always supported us in all of you do. And I would want you and Alex to know we will always be there and love and support you both. Now, Alex, it's funny because we were already sisters, which I don't. In college, I actually had no idea who Alex was, and when Grayson telling me about her. He said, yeah, like, she's in your sorority, like, she dropped, like, you know her, Alex. And I'm like, who? But apparently she knew me as the scary redhead that was yelling at her and lip sync. And we all know Alex was the last person that will be dancing in any kind of competition. And she was like, you were literally yelling at me like, try better. Which like checks out. I cheer my whole life, so it kind of makes sense. But when I first met her, actually, you know, like we've all said, Alex was very shocked. So at first I wasn't so sure about her. I'm now part of the Baltimore crew, but I fit in really quickly because I'm just as loud and obnoxious as them. And Alex definitely was not. However, after quickly getting to know Alex a little better, I caught on to why Grayson loves her so much. Alex, you are so witty and hilarious, and it all made sense. I will always cherish our amazing memories in Neyland Stadium and trying to get you to understand all of our love for Tennessee football. I will never forget looking over at you in a game, Rusty kind of already told my story, but it's okay. And seeing you shaking your pom-pom so hard. And I was like, Alex, I'm so proud of you. And she was like, well, Rusty told me don't try harder. I can't come to the games. I'm not sure she really does like it. She just likes coming and hanging out with us, but we're getting her here. Unfortunately, we won't be there this season, but next season we'll be back. If anybody can maybe sit in the tree. But it definitely took us a minute to break you out of your shell, and I'm so glad that we did. Truly, like we've all said, her sister says, I love you so freaking much. I'm honored to stand by the both of you tomorrow. Can't wait to spend our lives in Nashville together, raise our kids together, have our dogs, and many more together. I hope tomorrow is beautiful. I know it will be, and I can't wait to stand next to you. But cheers to you now.
Alright, so for you guys that don't know me, I'm John. Max's brother. She told me to write this down because I struggle. So, my hands are sweating a little bit. I'll try my best. So, here we go. Alright, Alex was like the little brother I never had. Growing up, we played basketball, climb trees, build forts, even wrestle. We're best friends. She still is my best friend. She's the sweetest. She's the sweetest, strongest, most fun-loving, and most thoughtful. Yes, it's so good. It's so hard, yet so exciting to see her grow up. Alright, the first time I met Grayson was at a family dinner. We had grilled chicken, broccoli, and corn on the cob. If you know our family, then you know that we can be pretty quiet. That can be a really tough dynamic for a boyfriend. However, Grayson won the crowd over with an exciting conversation and love experience. But he won me over with his confidence and crushing it. I'm so happy to have Grayson as the family, and I can't wait to see their relationship.
Actually bring these things, they come from the heart, so I'm saying it's very unique. Grayson's the oldest, youngest other than me. We're about 7 years, 8 years apart. I didn't get to really live with everybody else, but I did with Grayson. It wasn't necessarily the best thing ever. It was all right at times. You know, I have a lot of great memories, but a lot of times my family likes to remind me of how Grayson cried when I was, you know, they told him I was being born. They were not tears of joy. It's not the only thing that pulled over him. I took the baby position in the family. I held it proudly.
Grayson wanted to send him back.
I have one really good memory I thought of today, and it just made me laugh. I remember when the first time we were going up in Knoxville, we were going to man-made slopes to go ski. I'd never been skiing before. And I'd been working on the little baby slopes, and I was getting used to it as we went up on the big one. And I go before Grayson and Trace, and I sprained my ankle about 5 minutes into the way down. And I called for my brothers, you know, called for Grayson, help me. Grace pulls up and he says, get up. He just strides up and I'm Trace is falling behind him, speeding down. But they waited for me as I got here, but you were very nonchalant and seemed used to it, which is very surprising. To us. And I just love you both so much. I know you already had a great life together. I'm so glad that I got to see all of you together.
If you don't know me, I'm sorry. But my name's Connor. I'm gonna start out with Alex. Miss Alex, I think you've got a heart of gold. You're one of my best friends. Ever since I met you, me and you just clicked. We roll off with each other. Jokes, they still on forever. I think you're one of the most talented people I've ever met. You've drawn tens of pictures with me and my dog. They're hanging all over our house. We love it. I mean, when we do buy a house finally, I hope to decorate it with all of ours.
Yeah.
Here we go. Love you guys. I like to think of myself as one of Grayson's best friends, one of his mentors, one of his protectors. No, I'm kidding, guys. Those things are exactly what he's been to me over the years. He's been a mentor to me, a best friend and protector. We roomed together freshman year in the dorms. We started out in Reese 310. Never forget. Later that year, we got moved to these really nice dorms with smoke weed. Same price. You're welcome, Rusty and but from freshman year on, we were pretty attached to the hip. I got Grayson at the gym, and very soon after that, he passed me up on literally. So he got so big for a minute there, we were like, hey dude, like, we tried to get him to walk on to the football team. And then we were all sitting there, we were like, well, he's slow as molasses. At that point, it was back to the drawing board for all of us. We were like, he's got to get us out of here. Alright, so that's freshman year. Sophomore year, we got really close. I was living in a one-bedroom apartment alone. I didn't know if I was going back to Memphis here before. I ended up coming back to Knoxville. Living right down the road from him, right? By myself, going through quite the rough patch. Luckily, Grayson and Trace, the welcoming people they are, they would take me in every night. And I mean every night. I would finish my classes, 2, 3, 11 a.m., didn't matter. I'd go home, I'd grab my cooking pot, instant green beans, instant mashed potatoes, and I would walk over for the evenings. That's usually where I spend the rest of the night. This went on all year. It got to the point where, like, if I had luck, like, I would tell Trace, hey man, because Grayson was annoyed. I said, Trace, I'm coming over, I got my laundry, have you started yours yet? This same year, we were perhaps going to the bars a good bit. I might have been overserved a time or two. What do you do? And I'd walk down the street, it was a quarter mile, like I said. I'd show up at Grayson's door and just look at it. It happened again. It happened again. No phone, no wallet. Without a question, we would get into his Jeep Grand Cherokee and the treasure hunt would begin. No questions asked. We searched high and low. We always came up with my belongings. He had a better idea of where I was at the night before the night. I owe him a lot for that. But my point of that, he's just always been so welcoming. I was going through a super rough patch. He always had my back. He didn't care if I crashed on his couch. I was there every night, cooking dinner, doing my laundry with him. He's just got a welcoming spirit. I'll cherish all those memories from sophomore, freshman, junior, senior year, forever. Love you guys. Cheers.
I'm 26, like some of us. So I've been going to a lot of weddings lately. The weddings are beautiful, but I've never been to a wedding where my best friend is marrying so much. I grew up with Grayson since, what, sixth grade? And then Alex was my roommate for my last 2 years of college. And we've spoken about how Alex doesn't talk very much. I don't know if we talked very much at all that first year of living together. I really kind of had to convince her to like me. And I'm really glad I did. And then this was unexpected to me. You guys were so different when you guys met. And it's become this beautiful thing where your differences have blended together and made something just beautiful and amazing. And now you guys are getting married, and it's mind-blowing to me because I couldn't think of a more perfect marriage. Like, you guys are so different, but make each other so much better. And I'm so grateful to know you both, and to be able to call myself Grayson's best friend and Alex's best friend, and now you guys are getting married. It's mind-blowing. So, congratulations, you guys. I love you so very much.
Been a long-time best friend of Grayson's. First met Grayson back in 6th grade. He came over to Houston Middle from BCS. And I can confidently say that I and Parks and Bert and a few others were part in what caused Grayson to go home the first day from 6th grade crying to his mom, Miss Camille. The kids at public school. So I apologize for that. But luckily it wasn't too much to keep me away, and he and I have been best friends ever since. And as best friends, we've obviously been through a lot together. I'm not going to sit here and tell you any stories about the debaucherous activities that we may or may not may have been through. But instead, I'll just say publicly, Grayson, I'm so thankful for our friendship and all the memories we made, and all the memories we're going to continue to make. And I'll end with a conversation we had less than 2 months ago. And it was about how important it is for your friends to love your partner, and for your partner to love your friends. And Alex, I can confidently say that I love you. We've become best friends over the past 5 or 6 years. And selfishly, I'm really excited to celebrate you guys tomorrow because it just means I can spend the rest of my life with you guys. Cheers.
Honored to be here and just to be celebrating 2 of my best friends. So I'll start with Alex because I've known you the longest. Me and Alex actually started in elementary school together. Don't really remember that. And then fast forward a couple years, we kind of rekindled in college. And I remember one specific day when I was walking my dog Finley, and she drove up next to me, and I was like, oh, hey, like I haven't seen you in years. And it was kind of an awkward conversation, and she clearly paid more attention to Finley than she did me, as she still does. Then we fast forward to our junior year. I was in need of a place to live, and I'd only met a few of these Memphis guys, and luckily someone threw me in a group message with 10 Memphis guys, and they were like, hey, he needs a place to live. And Connor Hardwick thankfully said, who is this guy? And kicked me out of the group message. But he didn't know. I'd only met Grayson once.
He was afraid to lose his spot.
Yeah, exactly. But little did I know, moving in next to Grayson, I would create friendships with all of these guys that I'm so thankful for. Throughout the past 2 years, or throughout the last 2 years of college, I was able to watch Alex and Grayson's relationship grow kind of at a slow pace. It took a little bit. But post-college, I've spent many nights cooking them dinner and continue to make countless memories with them. I want to give them credit, and Alex and Grayson, these two have always been there for me. Grayson, always eager to grab a beer and vent about life, work, and his issues, even though he's usually on the phone when we're getting these beers and whatnot. While Alex will still always talk to Finley and eagerly take care of him. So here's to Alex and Grayson, some of my favorite people in this world. Let's raise our glasses to the couple with questionable movie taste, but better yet, couple who is always dependable, honest, and incredibly supportive. I love you both so much and wish you all the absolute best of years. I love you.
Since everybody has hit a lot of the highlights about Grayson and Alex, I just want to say, Alex, Grayson, your friendship means the world to me, and I'm so excited to see a beautiful life
everybody, let's cheers to Grayson and Alex.
I'll see you tomorrow. Sincerely, watching the two of you guys fall in love has been one of the greatest pleasures of my entire life. I love you both so much, and I cannot wait to spend the rest of our lives as friends and watch this grow. And I'm so grateful for you. I love you both very, very much.
It's like one of the only birthdays I know. I'm like, coming up, I'm not going to miss it. I know you'll be busy, but I'm going to at least send you a text. Yeah, so throughout the years, like me and Grayson, we've known each other, but we haven't always been on the same path. Like in middle school, we changed schools, didn't go to the same place, and in high school, I stopped playing sports and pursued music. And like honestly, one of my greatest fears in life was like not having Grayson as one of my best friends. So, and I gotta say, like the reason we're still really good friends is Grayson like pursued me as a friend, and he's the kind of guy who's always checking on you, seeing how you're doing, and that's what you want as a partner. And so like Alex, I know you're lucky to have Grayson, and Grayson, I know you're lucky to have Alex, and I guess I'll just leave it at that. So appreciate both of y'all.
If you don't know me, my name's John. I'm Grayson's brother-in-law. And, I'm 1 of 4. I'm the youngest, and growing up, I always wanted a little brother. And I can speak to this from Trace and Grayson, but having a little brother, you always looked up to as a little brother. And I knew from the first moment I met Grayson, I was flying, and he looked up to me and was always like, "Hey man, like how'd you do it?" Always had questions. And I just told him, I said, "Look man, here's the road, here's the path. You can go this way or that way." And it was really cool that he took my advice and private pilot's license pilot, which is only 1% of people with the population to do that. So congratulations to you. One of the fondest memories I have of Grayson is we were living in Tampa at the time in a 600 square foot apartment, and he came down to visit. And as a brother, I remember we went out one night, and fortunately for Grayson, he got food poisoning, maybe salmonella, who knows. Yes. Living in a 600 square foot place, you hear everything. So it sounded like the earth was ending. And I knew at that moment, I was like, what is a brother supposed to do? So I immediately get on the phone, I call a nurse friend of mine, I'm like, "Hey man, I got my brother here, like you gotta come over, bring an IV." He's like, "Yeah, I'll be there in 10 minutes. I'm like, "Great." So Grayson comes out of the bathroom, sure enough, this guy plugs an IV in his arm, and he's getting fluids. The next day, he was great. And that's what brothers do. So going forward in life, I'm happy to be your brother. I cherish being your brother. I'm glad you look up to me. And Alex, I knew from the first moment when you told me you loved me first that she was the one. You were kind, loving, compassionate, and it's been awesome to see you two grow over the years. And I challenge both of y'all to put God first before the marriage, and you two, and we'll be blessed with beyond blessings. And on behalf of the wedding party here tonight and everybody that made tonight and tomorrow possible, I want to thank you all. But cheers to the ballers.
I'm Taylor. And to touch on some things that have already been said, calling Alex one of my best friends is something that I truly feel that I've earned, because knowing me, I don't shut up. And so going into meeting Alex, I was like, this is going to be great. Another girlfriend. Something else is Alex and I have been around about the same amount of years, meaning her and Grayson started dating the same time Brett and I started dating. The only difference is they're getting married tomorrow and my left hand is meeting Alex, I was like, this is pretty awesome. It took a few years to not tell myself every time, like, she hates me, but we'll keep going. We'll make it through. Eventually she did start talking to me, and now I will say she doesn't shut up. But I really do love having her as a best friend. Also, what Trey says, I do tell a lot of people I love them,
And all of my conversations with Alex on the phone end with, all right, bye, love you, okay, bye. And also, when it came around, because I call Alex after my drive, and I drive every day. So, about time, it was okay, bye, love you. Love you too, bye. And it felt very nice. So, having Alex as a best friend is great, and having Grayson around, I've known him through all these boys who have a friendship like nothing no one has ever seen before. So, cheers.
Super close freshman year, but sophomore year I literally just texted him. I was like, hey man, you're cool, let's hang out. And hit me back and was like, let's do it. So from there on, Connor, anytime he got rejected from their Trace and Grayson, he would come to mind. And lots of the times we were all four at the exact same apartment. So that's the kind of thing, that's just kind of a little bit about Grayson, you know, it's open arms. And you know, I've kind of felt that way with Alex, actually, really, since they started getting together. She's welcomed me, and you know, I'm excited to have you in my life as well, being one of Grayson's best friends as well. And yeah, I'm just excited for what you
I've known Alex since I was in 4th grade, so we've been through really awkward and weird and hard times in each other's lives. Not many of y'all probably have the privilege to know just how steady Alex is. She's steady as a rock. You never question where you are with her. She's forever that way. And she is effortless and magnetic. When I first met Grayson, I was like, does he know this about her? Like, does he really know what he's got? And it took all of 2 seconds. He's so attentive, he's so warm. He knows. He's so in love with her. And he's so excited to share his world with her in his space. He was so excited to just support her in everything that she could ever want. And I gotta be honest, I've never seen something like that. I've never seen love like that. So I want to thank you for showing me what love looks like. And I'm so happy for you both.
Our biggest fans, and we realize that, and I want y'all to know that. So with that, I love you all. I thank you all on behalf of me and Alex both. We love you all. We thank you all for being here tonight, coming tomorrow to support us, and staying by our side. So thank you all.